Welcome back to Virtual Reality Game Dev Ed. This is the 7th tutorial video for Sky on using MakeHuman. Now tonight we're going to get into using MakeHuman with Blender 2.62. So before I can do that, I have to download the latest nightly. This will be the nightly for April 11th of 2012. So I'm gonna start there and make this video on how to start actually editing the actual files in the MakeHuman Nightly, so you can work with them and do everything you really want to do. Now one thing I have to point out about well, first of all, let's get to the downloads page. Go to your browser, type in vrealitygames.com. If you want a quick link to the MakeHuman downloads page, click on our Virtual Reality Game Dev Ed link. Go ahead and jump to the MakeHuman downloads page, and this is the nightly build right here. We're going to go ahead and download this. I'm going to walk you through this process. And download that extension file, .exe file. That's the installer for this. Okay, while that's installing, while that's opening, I'll go ahead and start talking a little bit about what this is. Now, right here at the top of the website, we see this open source tool for making 3D characters. Open source is a very important term. That means that it is actually free to edit. We're legally allowed to edit it and do everything we want to with it. I do want to go ahead and, well, let's hope it doesn't actually remove my main MakeHuman. Now I want to put this in a different folder here. I don't want to remove my original MakeHuman. This is my stable MakeHuman download in my program's MakeHuman folder right there. I want to come under my programs file. I actually made a new folder here where I went ahead and put the nightly from last night. I want to put this in that folder too. Okay, I want to make a new folder here and call this MakeHuman Nightly of today's 4/11/2012. And see, one of the reasons we're doing this is, say, and there's a very good chance, very good possibility of this, say this new nightly doesn't work. When I try to open it, it just doesn't work at all. I can actually still open and use my old nightly if you save multiple versions like this. Once it gets to a point that you can actually do everything that you really want to do, this program is something we actually recommend not to continue to update all the time, every single night like this, because there's not a huge amount of changes every night, but there were a few things that didn't work last night, so I want to go ahead and see if this makes it a little better. So the reason we're installing this new nightly fresh here is we're going to go in and actually edit a lot of the files. One thing a lot of people might notice in the nightly is they've got a new texture for the Caucasian. They've also got brown textures and such. However, they don't have the old white texture. I personally happen to be pretty pale, so I want to use, that's one thing, I want to use the old white texture. So I'm going to show everyone how to do that. as well as a bunch of other things here. So go ahead and close your browser. Go ahead and this probably isn't going to be good anymore, but it still opens the old one. Okay, but that's not the one we want to open. I actually want to go ahead and delete this shortcut. Well, I'll leave it there for now. Let's see how it works. Come under my computer, go ahead and open up that my programs file. Open up the new one and open up your new MakeHuman folder here. And create a new shortcut for this. Okay. Now, I'm going to rename this so I know which one I'm working with here. MakeHuman Nightly 411-2012. And go ahead and open this, and let's check out the latest nightly. Okay, jump to a mail. Let's see if it still has our load files. Yes, it still has our load files, but let's go ahead and try to pull up one of these light nightlies. It's already got the texture integrated in. How nicely. How nice is that? Cool. Click down here to jump to your library real quick. Click on skins. Now we see this white square. This is actually something I did for my last nightly. I'm going to show you how to do that, where to find this texture. And it's not going to have the picture on it yet. But you know what it is because it's the one that I just put there. So, first of all, how do we put it there? Where does it go? What do we do? Okay. We want to have open our MakeHuman folder here. Okay, this is the MakeHuman folder for our new nightly. Under library here, no, it should be in data, I think, maybe. Yes. Oh, we should see textures. So it's pulling out my texture actually from the old one, so this will work. I can put it right here. This is how your texture folder is going to look right now, and this is where it's pulling out those other textures. Okay, so these are the new textures. We actually want to find that old white one real quick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and steal that texture from the original one. So go ahead and open up my computer again. Go into Programs Files. Open up your original MakeHuman folder. And we will see under Data, I believe, we should see a Textures folder right here. Open up that Textures folder and we see a bunch of interesting stuff. None of those you really actually want to use. However, right there it is. Let's see, is this PNG? Yes. I want to actually end up copying both of these. I'm going to put that on there and see if that will give me the image that I want on top of that instead of the white box. So go ahead and select both of these and Control C or whatever you do to copy them. Right click and copy them however you want. Okay, now we have those copies there. Go ahead and minimize those, and I want it to read those there. So what we're going to do, we have to come under My Documents. Okay, now when we installed MakeHuman, it added a MakeHuman folder here in my documents. So if you open that, we're going to see a whole bunch of other weird folders. In the original MakeHuman, if the only one you have downloaded is the basic, it's only going to have the export folders. But once you install the nightlies, it adds all these other folders. Come under data, and you see this is where that library is pulling out those skins. Now see, I already added that texture earlier, so that's how I pulled that up. However, I'm going to go ahead and right click and paste my two new ones. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Okay. And now we see we can actually rename them real quick if we want. Let's rename these. I'm just going to call them white real quick. That way I know it's a little different than my regular Caucasian. Rename both of these. Okay, now they're there. We have both the PNG and the TIFF. This is the texture image for our white Caucasian. So now that those are there, let's go ahead and open up our latest nightly and see what happens. Okay, the model it's going to bring up will automatically have either, usually it's the brown skin, I believe. So we want to go ahead and pick our white skin. So go under library, and we see it right there. It went ahead and put our PNG image on our white space for us. It's not exactly the PNG image of the face. We can actually make a new PNG and put it there if we'd like. However, this works for now. This is what the texture looks like when it's laid out, just like we saved it. This is called a UV map image for texturing skins specifically. Okay, go ahead and click that, and now you see your model has the old white skin that we like to work with. Okay, isn't that nice? I'm gonna go ahead and smooth him out real quick. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to notice, if you're in the files here, we see a lot of other ones. We have clothes, and it has a few different images for clothes in it now. If we go under the library, we see some new clothes. We have some different eye choices. I'm going to go ahead and click on this green one, and then click on my face cam, and you see now my character has green eyes, which is something we couldn't change in the last one. Now we can have, I can actually steal the blue eyes out of that and add the blue option back to it too. And so I'll show everybody how to edit all of these files so we can work with whatever we want in our with our models here in the nightly version. Get our program pretty much integrate both of them together. Okay, that's what we'll be going through for the rest of this tutorial series. I will see you all again soon, but I'm going to first jump over to Blender now and talk about some file editing we have to do to Blender in order to use this, export this MakeHuman model into Blender 2.6. Okay, we'll see you all soon.